Hello, welcome back to ICT class. In today's class, we shall be looking at web explorers or web browsers. Web explorers or web browsers. I know many of you have web browsers already in your tabs and you are using it for your portal works and many more things. Well, today we shall learn more about web explorers or web browsers. Now let's move on. What is a web browser? What is a web browser? Can you tell me? Alright. A web browser is a computer software application used to surf the internet. This means that the web browser is an application that has the ability to move around the internet and find information for the user. The web browser also has the ability to save documents from the internet. Is that understood? Alright, let's move on. Why do we need a web browser? We need web browser, number one, to move around the internet and find information. You also need a web browser to allow users to enter address of the website and visit it. You also need web browser to upload files or documents to the internet. And we also need web browser to download files or documents from the internet. Is that understood? Yes, I know you did. Now, let's go to examples of web browsers. We have many web browsers, so many of them, but we shall be listing just a few of them. Number one is Google Chrome web browser. Yes, this is a popular web browser used by many people all over the world. Yes, Google Chrome web browser. We also have Microsoft Internet Explorer, or what is now called Microsoft Edge web browser. It is a web browser developed by the Microsoft Corporation. It normally comes pre-installed with Windows computers or Windows phones and tablets. It's another powerful web browser. We also have Mozilla Firefox web browser. It's another powerful web browser. We also have Safari web browser. Yes, this is a web browser developed by the Apple company. It comes always with the Mac computers and iOS phones. Now we also have Opera web browser. It's another wonderful web browser used by many people. We also have Mosaic web browser. It's another powerful web browser. Now let's go to how do web browsers work? Now, do you know how web browsers work? Now let's look at how web browsers work. Is that understood? Now watch this video to know how web browsers work. How do web browsers work? Explained. Yes, browsers and servers. Browsers and servers. Websites are hosted on servers. You can see your browser is software on your local PC. When you navigate to a web page, your browser makes a request to the server. Yes, the browser makes a request to the server. The server sends back a response. This request plus response cycle is the basis of the World Wide Web. Yes, look at it. So it's a circle. You can see this request and response cycle occur for yourself when you navigate to a website. The highlighted spinning cycle is displayed by most browsers while they wait for a response from the server. Yes, you can see it when you search on your browser, normally see spinning. You can see some data has been received between these two pictures. The title of the website, yes, for example, like welcome to Facebook. However, the browser is still waiting for more. Yes, as it's waiting for more, the spinning circle is coming. Most modern web pages are made up of response and request. You can see it for yourself. Look at the response, the request, and response circle. Each response contains different data for different parts of the web. Yes. The content of the response depends on the context of your browsing. Yes. For example, first you see a login page. When you type your details and hit enter, the browser sends a request. The server sees you are logging in and sends you a response. The response contains the data for the next part of the website. Response can contain many different types of data. Common examples are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, image data, and many more. Now remember this, that browser sends requests, servers reply with a response. Also remember, each web page usually has many of these response and request cycle. Also remember that responses contain many different types of data. Before our next lesson, try and see if you can spot these times when your browser is waiting for response from the server. Think about how your computer generates a request and the internet server generates the response. Wow! I hope you learned a lot. I too have learned a lot. Now this is our end of our class for today. So I want you to make sure you also go over to the assignment and the quiz session and complete them. Until our next lesson, thanks for viewing and goodbye.